we interrupt our program to bring you this important message.
Super Desperation Radio! Go!
Hey everybody, welcome to another great episode of Super Desperation Radio. And if you were here for the pre-show, I should warn you right now, we're probably going to be arguing about RPGs some point in the episode. So if you're not down with that...
Oh, they want to do it.
I know they want to do it, man. Like that's what they came here for. That's the only reason why they're still in the room at this point.
That's fine. Chat, again, if you want to do this with us, tweet us. Don't do it in chat. We're going to ignore you in chat. That's one of the rules we have here on the show. We do not acknowledge you people in chat because screw you guys. So how's it going, everybody? We had an action-packed weekend. An action-packed week. Announcements, tournaments, new sponsorships for players I've never heard of before.
New sponsorships, like we got, you know, stuff happening all over the world. Not necessarily at home, but that meant we got to watch more stuff, a lot more relaxed. You know, no pressure on the Americans this year or this weekend.
Yeah. I myself did not get to watch everything because there was the event in China, there was Evo Sai, there was Saigon Cup, there was Toryuken, and all going on roughly at about the same time. And I forgot
I feel like it's gonna be that way all the way through Evo though, like just every weekend.
Yeah, like this weekend we've got Combo Breaker, we've got E-League, and we've got Red Bull Kumite in France. And some of the people in E-League are gonna be at Combo Breaker, and it's been confirmed that Punk will not be able to make it to Combo, or not compete in Combo Breaker at least, because he has a Saturday morning flight to Combo Breaker after E-League, and his pool is Friday or Saturday morning. I don't know what his pool is, but he's not playing. His sponsor confirmed. And
that was something that we were prepared for. I mean, like, they pretty much said that this was I don't know, what would you call it? I don't think it was a scheduling oversight. It just literally happened, you know,
well, no, it's not a scheduling oversight. It just happened this way. There's like really do it any other way.
Two different entities having an event on the same weekend.
Can't even call it an oversight at this point. There's just too many events. Stuff overlaps.
Yeah.
And it's hard.
And they're all really attractive. Like, I think this might be maybe one of the first times people aren't watching Red Bull Kumite.
I think everyone's going to watch everything.
You think they're going to watch Red Bull Kumite?
France, that's right.
Is that going to be on a Saturday, though?
Well, it's going to be on a Friday for us, maybe, because France.
Okay, so it's like a one-day thing, I think, right? They don't drag it out.
Yeah, it should be a one-day thing.
Okay, so maybe that might work out. And then, like, you have like E-League on Friday, but still, that's like, you know, a lot to consume, which is not bad for the consumer. For the audience, that's amazing. You know, you can watch all three of those things all at once. But for the competitor, it's like, got to start making some decisions next year, you know? Like, this is obviously possibly happening again. You're just like, I got to pick a side, guys. You can't all have me.
I think it's just going to basically become a thing where not only do event organizers have to have their schedule, you know, basically 8 months to 12 months ahead of time, but players now are going to have their schedules.
Which means...
Because... if they want to be invited to something like, say, Red Bull Kumite, they need to know if they're going to be open or not.
Right, and the sponsors are probably going to... I don't know if some sponsors might tell them where they're going, because some sponsors might say, hey, we got to deal with these guys, or we really want to work with these guys, so go to this one. We think this will be better for your career, so we'll pay for you to go to this one. If you want to go to this other tournament, you got to kind of do it on your own. But you're right. They got to start thinking about this, like, you know, almost a year ahead of time, in addition to kind of predicting what the forecast of esports as far as Street Fighter V goes, where it will be in a year, you know?
And I don't know if you've ever tried to, like, plan a trip with people in the fighting game community, but these motherfuckers are still trying to figure out who's driving the day of the damn tournament half the time. So, man, that's going to be fun.
I can't wait for them, those GoFundMe.
Watch the mad scramble.
The Red Bull esports, the Red Bull the E-League GoFundMes are about to be real next year, I'm telling you.
Oh, shit.
Since we're talking about sponsorship and all this stuff, last week we mentioned that a good friend of all of ours, Kizzy K, was picked up by Fable GG along with Kid Viper, right?
Well, Kid Viper had been previously picked up, but it was Sweet Kane Master.
Oh, okay. So Fable picked up Dual Kevin
Yep.
Yeah,
and,
there it is.
Destroyer. I think Destroyer is an NRS player.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I mean. I honestly have no idea who this player is, and there's nothing against him. I just don't know very much about the NRS scene outside of Tom Brady.
I've heard of Destroyer, but I haven't been following NRS as closely since I didn't play MKX, so I'm kind of trying to get back into it with Injustice, but I don't know him as well.
You talking about more damage, Tom Brady?
Yeah.
Okay, just a quick aside. Did you guys see the Aquaman trade video?
Yes, that's what I was going to bring up right now.
Okay, oh man, it's a 6-minute video.
More damage.
It's a 6-minute video about how the trade doesn't work. It's fantastic.
The trait is not functioning as intended.
That's true.
So we got that dual Kevin. People know who Dual Kevin is, right? It's a Marvel player.
So, by this point.
He got top 4 last year at Marvel, right? Or was it? I know top 8 for sure, but was it top 4?
At Evo, man, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll find out right now. But he's a solid player, and I mean, good shit to both of them. Fable's doing a good job. They're making sure their bullpen is packed full of heavy hitters, which is not what a bullpen's for, but you know what I'm saying. I was trying to find the right analogy there, but I didn't, and it's okay. I'm stupid. It's fine. We all know this. I can't read.
You definitely I've seen you can field a bit better than batting, I suppose.
Evolution finalist. But yeah, so what is it? With all these tournaments happening, there was a ton of KOF shit happening.
Yeah, that's the other thing.
Yeah, there was.
The first thing I want to bring up is KOF Steam Edition. It was announced. It came out. Closed beta is open as long as you pre-purchase either version of the game, and people are playing. And I personally haven't played it yet, but Chris, you've been on that now.
All right.
I've been treating you.
Day one, there was some connection instability. Just getting that out of the way. You're most likely, I don't know if they've updated anything yet, but like if it's like it was when it first came out, basically you are going to be praying to God that you can actually finish a match or even start the match. There will be random disconnections all over the place, and online, I want to say 9 times out of 10 it's basically unplayable. But keep in mind, this is beta. This is like a real beta. Like they literally gave us like some shit that is probably part of a QA progression, which I'm kind of like, not really feeling the best on. Like, I'm glad they did this. I'm glad they're allowing the community to have some input or having some hands on making the game better. I think that's great for outreach reasons. But I also kind of feel like, this feels like this should be still in the office, Probably feels like there should have been some more attention to that. Now, obviously, there's only one way to test a netcode. There's only one way to test a netcode with millions of people all over the world, and you got to have them play it, basically. Otherwise, you won't fix everybody's issue, So I know why they did this. They did this with 13. I don't think they did this with 98 or 2002 UM, but
they did. There were closed betas for it. They weren't as publicized.
Okay, but that's probably like the only really bad thing about it that I feel like they have to work on mostly. There's some other issues like with whenever you fire up the game, you can control the menu with your stick, but as soon as you enter character select, you no longer have control of your stick, and you have to go to configuration mode to set your configuration input to stick because it's set to keyboard by default. So I don't know why that's
a little
like
sloppy.
Yeah, it's a little weird like that. I don't know why that works like that.
13 was the same when it was in beta phase 2.
So that's just something the way they build, I guess.
There's one thing I wanted to ask you about. So I don't know much about it, but I've watched a few streams, and everything that's running, every streamer who's running XSplit has a very dark stream for some reason. Yes,
and there's been there hasn't been an explanation for that so far. I know Hanzo Gonzo was asking XSplit for me, like, hey, what's going on with this? And they were offering like the general solutions to that, but it seems like it's an issue on SNK's side or on whoever's developing it. So for now, if you're streaming Steam Edition, it's gonna look like shit. I mean, more so than normal.
Well, I think you kind of have to look at this in the way that it is a beta. It's not pre-play, you know?
Right.
So I think that you're going to get a lot of the ugliness with something that's not ready for prime time.
Totally. I mean, I'm not.
I think that. Oh, sorry. Go for it.
I was gonna say I wasn't complaining. I don't think anybody should feel like they got ripped off, because I know some people are saying like, oh, I paid $60 to get in the closed beta and it's not even playable, so I'm basically paying them $60 to test this, and I'm like, yeah,
that's what you signed up to do. Actually,
that's what a beta is.
So let's discuss the price for a bit. I understand people complaining about the price, but if you already paid it, you already paid it. That means you wanted it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
60, and this is 20% off, by the way.
Yeah.
60 is pretty steep for a game that's been out for almost a year now. You do get all the DLC that's currently out, and that's cool. But I think on PS4, if you buy the game sells for like $20 every few weeks on Amazon, and you can get all the DLC, everything for under like $50, I think. So I understand people saying this is too much. I completely get that. I agree with them. But if you're gonna play the game, you're gonna pay that $60
totally
right now. So you don't have to pay that. What is it? 70, 80 bucks? I don't know what the hell.
See, that's the other thing. So like in the long run, you are paying much less because first of all, playing online is free when you're playing on Steam, versus playing on PS Plus, which is like what, $14 a month, $9 a month, $10 a month, $9.99. Anyway, it's money. It's a continuous stream of money that you're going to be paying to Sony to do that. So, you know, in the ultimate, like, you know, in the end game, you are paying a lot less money for Steam version. Obviously, there's a discount, 20% discount, and that 20% discount lasts until the game comes out. So, until this game drops, you can pay like 20% less for it. So, you know, that's a pretty good incentive also. The biggest incentive, I think, is that I think it's going to offer a better experience than the PS4 version.
I think that's one of the. It depends on situation. You're gonna Anthony's gonna have a better experience than I will. He has a better computer than I do, and that's gonna factor into online play as well. Because with 13, people who had someone who had a beefy computer and someone who had like a shitty computer playing each other usually had issues because of the person with a shitty computer.
I was looking at the specs needed for KOF, and it's still more than Rev 2.
And that's something that I'm not entirely sure on, because when they said you need like they recommended 980, a 980 GTX, I was like, for what? Like it totally doesn't require that kind of power.
Folding at home, dude.
Yeah, like I looked at it. And I was
we're bringing it from the PlayStation.
Well, are those the recommended or the minimum specs?
That was the recommended, but I'm like, dude, this is like the same recommended specs for Street Fighter V, which is a much more graphically intense game. So I
still remember looking at the minimum specs and thinking they were high comparatively.
I think it was like a 480 GTX minimum, which even then I'm like, I guess you could probably it probably still would run it perfectly with a 480 GTX. So that's true. You could run on a 480 GTX and be an optimal experience. So the few online matches I have played have been complete butter. Like it actually runs really smooth, and it feels like the early days of PS4 14, where when it did lag, it didn't actually it didn't slow down the inputs. It seemed to like prioritize responsiveness over smooth frames. So it was like the old BlazBlue CT netcode, where you just slow everything down. You're playing underwater.
Yeah. And I was watching you play a couple matches. You were in a room hosted by Black Rose. Black Rose is in the Midwest, and you were playing Sanchez.
Yeah.
You're in SoCal, and it looked good.
It was perfect. And like,
so the fact that the two of you were in a Midwest host game having a smooth connection, that's good. I've been hearing mixed things about the online so far, but you're always gonna have that.
Yeah.
I want to try it myself, but I haven't. I don't know if my computer can run it. I don't meet those minimum requirements.
Nah, man, you can do it. No, yeah, you do. You got like a 560.
You don't know what I have. Damn it.
And you know what? I would say too, if you actually do get the beta, you know, send feedback, please. Like, if you're having issues connecting to people, but you know, once you connect, it runs fine. You know, let them know. Like, that's what these things are there for.
Yeah,
that's what you ostensibly signed up for.
Speaking of the person to contact is Jim Bulmer, right?
Yes. So, I would say Lauren too, but he's not on Twitter. So So they have a community for it on Steam, right? That you can
there's also
so just put up all the posts there, or tweet Jim Bulmer. He's Jim _Bulmer, If you want, you can send your feedback to me. I can get it to them too. Just tweet at people. Put up your messages there. Don't be a dick. Remember that. If there's a problem, give constructive feedback on it or exactly what's happening. Don't just go, oh man, you're online shit. I don't like it. I can't believe I paid $60 for this piece of trash. I get it. You're mad. Yeah, you're mad. That's understandable, but do something positive with your anger.
Yeah, be constructive. They like that. Jim likes that. He literally did this for 13, so he's hardly heard.
And Jim is good people. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Jim helped with 13, and now he's helping with this. He's good people. He's a good guy. He likes big gigantic monsters like Godzilla and shit. He's an old school collector. He's like me, but not American.
My God. He's not American.
He's like, was he Australian? I forgot. Yeah, I think he's Australian. He and I had wonderful discussions about stuff before. He's good people.
Anyway, I would say, keep an eye out for that. It's definitely a good experience. Also, what's cool about it is now we have access to things in KOF 14 that we didn't have access to before, like, the hitbox viewer that's apparently being developed by fans.
Yes.
And I've only seen a small video of it, and it looks really, it's going to be pretty cool. Hopefully that's also going to lead to more extensive frame data, so now we can figure out how long moves are active, because God knows we need to figure out how to deal with Love Heart's jump blowback. That is literally impossible to avoid and punish. I can't do anything about it.
I want to see the hurt box on King of Dinosaurs moves, because that piece of shit is broken in the sense that this dude jumps at me. He's nowhere near me and I get hit. And then I also will throw out a limb directly through the dude and nothing touches him. So,
he's a king, stupid. Come on.
I don't care.
I like that.
I want to know what his hurt box is, man, because I'll be
also
right
the
next
king,
to him.
Mufasa from the Lion King. We all know what happened to that guy.
Well, this is what happens when you don't kill your brother, right?
T-Zoc should have killed him when he had
King of Dinosaurs is the last living dinosaur, which is why he's the king of the dinosaurs, because he murdered all the other dinosaurs.
Well, yeah, it was what? He just killed them all in the ring. He did his shooting star press, which is like a meteor, like a shooting star, and then he killed every single dinosaur. So a meteor did kill the dinosaurs. It just happened to be King of Dinosaurs.
Look, check it out. He did a shooting star pressed them so hard that they turned into coal and diamonds. All right?
Yeah, exactly. Right.
That's an amazing character.
Too stiff.
Y'all just gonna be real heated when it's revealed that his hurt box is actually the size of one in a cave shmup.
Oh my god, dude!
Whoa, who said
it's one single pixel?
It is so small, dude. It is so small. I swear to God, I'll be doing moves that literally are inside of his body and they won't register. And I'm like, who the hell made this character?
I think y'all just pressed because Gibby's regulating.
No, we'll talk about this later, but we see how bad you guys are.
I can probably give you dinosaur. I just don't like it when my arms just magically fly through.
Speaking of which, what happened with Kizzy K versus Nakia last night? Because I heard he got blown up or something.
Okay, so what happened is that Keenan went down 6-1, came all the way back and lost 7-6.
Oh man!
Now, okay. Well, we don't really need to go too deep into this, but Chris, tell them why that happened.
So here's why this happened. I'll take full responsibility for this because this was my fault. So before that, we had a Game Goon stream where we were supposed to do a boot camp episode, but our boot camp trainees could not get their shit working, so we decided to have a random Fight Club stream, basically. We just created that on the spot. So Kizzy K was in the room at the time, and he said he wanted some Joe experience. So,
no, that's not what he said. We were going to do the Kizzy Kumite, all right? I played him.
One match,
okay, fine. Beat the shit out of him, okay? But then he had to play.
Gibby played him first, and I think it was 2-3, 3-2.
No, it was just one match. I beat the crap out of him.
Really? I thought
he could deal with IRI.
I
only played him once. It was a test match.
Okay, anyway.
And then he played Hanzo Gonzo. He got Hanzo Gonzo. All right, he beat Hanzo Gonzo. Good on him. But then he had to play Evo commentator extraordinaire, best Joe in the world, Hell Pockets. And boy.
He actually verbally started saying, and I've never heard his voice go this high. He's like, I'm shook! I'm fucking shook! Joe's gonna be fucking shook! And I'm like, oh my.
Yeah. This is real shit. Kizzy he broke Kizzy.
And so I'm like, and then afterwards he's like, okay guys, I gotta play my match against Nakiel. He just leaves.
Oh,
and like an hour later, Gimmy's like, oh shit, he's getting like 6-0.
Yeah, well, when I looked at it, it was 6-1. I'm like, oh shit, Chris, what'd you do?
So sorry about that, guys.
But yeah, on to other things. So Evo Sai, Chris, you watched Evo Sai KO 14, right?
That is correct.
All right. Discuss.
Overall, I want to say it was a pretty good tournament. Definitely seeing more character variety out of Japan, which was, you know, something that people were not necessarily complaining about, but it was noted that there was generally just like 4 or 5 characters getting used, especially at the high level in Japan. But we were seeing a lot more other different characters. We saw, like, you know, Colossus show up with his Kark, his King of Dinosaurs, and I believe he also ran Daimon. Yeah, and let's just say that there must be something in the water that these Market of Wolves players are drinking, because they're transferring pretty well to 14. I don't know what place he got, but he definitely was a bright spot of the tournament. The other bright spots were, of course, the 2 or 3 Nelson players I saw that were just I guess. People were telling me I should have watched them pretty closely, and I did. I made a bunch of clips for them, and I was just like, yeah, you know, they weren't bad, but their opponents were kind of just letting them get away with murder. And we got to see the return of the Panda, Coco Panda, taking first place. The original. I wouldn't call him the top tier monster or anything like that, but he definitely knows how to pick them. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, Coco was one of the strongest players for KOF 13, and when KOF 14 came out, he didn't perform as well as he did in 13.
I want to say that was because he was actually playing with his heart and not with his mind, because he was picking like Shune and shit, and I was like, why? Yeah,
but he came and he won it.
Fucking won it. Now,
yeah.
I don't want to put an asterisk on it, because I don't think that it's late enough into this game's lifespan that certain people not showing up really changes the outcome.
I'm gonna stop you.
Okay.
Who won the tournament?
Coco Panda won the tournament.
What the hell would you put an asterisk on it for? He won the tournament. Just because someone didn't enter doesn't mean that he didn't deserve to win.
I didn't say he didn't deserve to win. I'm actually saying that he deserved to win. That's literally what I just said.
Okay, but you're trying. Well, I don't want to do this.
I don't want to do this. That's what I'm saying. I don't want to do this, so I'm not going to do this. But I know people are going to say. But people are going to say, well, what about M-Dash? Where M-Dash at?
You know where M-Dash was? He was getting his ass beat in China. That's where he was. Okay?
At the smallest KOF tournament I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
No, there was like 9 people there.
Yeah. This is a solid transition. All right. So everyone talks about how huge KOF is in China. KOF, massive, 97, 98, all this stuff. I was watching it. I was looking at the brackets. Unless there were some hidden brackets, this KOF event had less than 40 people per KOF. 97, which is 97 and 98 are considered larger than 14, and the viewership showed 97 had double the numbers of 14. 14 had, I want to say, 24 people enter. I could be wrong, because M-Dash went 2-2, or he got 1 DQ and went 1-2. But either way, he got 5th place for going 2-2. That tells you how small this tournament was. I mean, that's not like to discredit the tournament or anything.
No. There was a lot of killers there for sure. Like the top 8 was definitely who you expect to be there.
Top 8 was amazing. ET probably solidified the fact that he's the best right now. He's rocking characters that people don't normally play, and he's dominating with them. And he diamond the shit out of everybody. Not everybody. He diamond Xiaohai.
He diamond Xiaohai. There were things that Xiaohai just was he was afraid to approach.
He got rolled up.
Yeah, like he got shook. Like the dude was like, "Oh my god, Daimon, like ET's Daimon is doing stuff. I better not get close."
So top 4 for this was it was ET, Xiaohai, Dako, and GX Bridget. So those 4, I think the past 2 or 3 tournaments have gotten top 4. Like that mix. And M-Dash went to the last Chinese tournament last month, and he got 8th, so 7th or whatever. And those 4 that I just mentioned got top 4 like last time. And who else? I forgot who else was there. Xiaohu was there, not Xiaohai, but Xiaohu. And I forgot the other players who were there. Kindebu got top 8 as well.
Was there also, yeah.
And I've mentioned this before. A lot of people don't know this. Kid Nebu is a KOF player. He did really well in a lot of older KOFs. He's good friends with Ogosho, and a lot of the KOF players just in general. And he and M-Dash seem to have a grand old time out there.
They usually do.
Yeah, it was cool. And then KOF 97 came on and was whatever.
He's like, that's King Juggalo stuff. Forget about it.
Yeah, King Juggalo was not here. He's not a part of this.
Yeah.
98 was cool. 14 was cool, and they had Street Fighter 5. I didn't watch Street Fighter 5, but the stream was on Panda. It was good quality. It just blows away Doyu in every way. It's better. Nico's garbage compared to everything else, but the Panda's a good alternative to. Well, they're going to use it in China, but it's a legit.
You can actually watch it. That's the thing. Like, it doesn't buffer.
Yeah.
It wasn't buffering for me the entire time, and I was like, wow, this is actually pretty good considering you know where it's coming from. So maybe. And
then there was Toryuken, which I didn't get to watch, but I know Marco Polo won it, beating my good buddy, fellow Marco the Wolves player, Karn, and Karn told me he got destroyed. So
I could see that happening.
Yeah, and I like that. He was being honest. He said, this guy beat the shit out of me. And I'm going to assume that's what happened. I need to go back and watch those replays, but...
Well, Karn is like, he's a humble guy. He's not he's not no piece of shit like, Alfonso or anything.
Wow. You're right.
Hold that shit for 26
I like that. Wow. You're right.
No, so... Shit, I'm trying to load up the bracket. Here you go. So... Oh, this is Marco the Wolves. This isn't KOF 14. Because I know Marco Polo got first, Karn got second. I want to say Alvin got third. Justin Wong got top 8, but I don't... Oh, no, Diaphone got third. And then Alvin got fourth, right? Karn and Alvin are the local Toronto KOF like beasts.
So Justin was actually in this tournament then?
Yes, Justin got top 8. He said on Twitter he got top 8. There you go. He got 5th. He lost to Alvin both times.
Okay. I mean, I always want to get whenever chance I can get to watch Justin play KOF because, like, we were talking to him at Hacker Fight, and he comes up to me like, dude, like, I'm like lightweight the best KOF player in America, and I'm like maybe second best, but yeah. So I'm really excited to see if he develops in that game.
Oh yeah, Justin can pretty much any major he goes to, he can most likely get top 8, top 16 for sure. Top 8, like 80% of the time, he'll get top 8.
Yeah.
He's just a solid player, and like he went to Toryuken and cleaned up. Like he got top 8 in everything except Injustice. I think Injustice he got 9th, but everything else he entered, he got top 8 in.
Man, you went into something funny about Injustice. A quick aside is the guy who won Injustice, Honeybee, was talking about before the tournament how Flash is trash. Which is his character. He wins the tournament and then is still saying Flash is trash.
What is with these down players, man?
Yeah.
But that's the strategy. It's the classic NRS downplay. You got to do it. Don't want to get your character nerfed.
Character sucks. Yeah, I won, but obviously that was based on purely my own merit, which it probably was on at the very end of the day. But
See, that's what I say about Joe. It's not Joe's not good. I'm just really good with Joe, and everybody's like, "Shut up, Chris." See, look at this shit.
Yep.
For those who don't know, Joe Higashi is the best character in the King of Fighters 14 by SNK.
Damn.
We're doing this old tier list style where it also takes an ease of play. That character, what's his combo? Oh, I better not drop this link. So I'm gonna mash the punches because that's what you do. You just keep pushing it.
I never mashed the punches. In fact, I was telling Hanzo Gonzo last night. I'm like, dude, you can take away his fireball, you can take away his invincible DP. Just give him a safe thrust kick. That's all I wanted.
Take away his.
It's complete bullshit that his slash kick is fucking unsafe from any distance. Anyway, I'm done with that. That's for later.
He has a fireball going.
Take away the fireball. I don't care. I don't need Hurricane Upper.
You say you don't need it.
I don't need. I mean, I like it. I like using it a lot, but I don't need it.
Oh, you're gonna need it.
Probably, yeah.
So, I don't know if Saigon Cup had KOF, but Saigon Cup had Street Fighter.
Street Fighter. Was it a ranking event, I believe?
Yeah, I think it's a ranking event. I don't think it was a premiere, but what is this? I think this is the 4th time in a row Bonchan won a Capcom event.
Nash again.
Yes.
It was at least the 3rd. It might be 4th. You might be right.
Yeah, it's just the 3rd for sure. I don't know if it's the 4th, but he took out what was it? Xiaobao, I think his name is. In grand finals, it was Bonchan. Third time. Okay, Bonchan was first. Tokido was second, and then Oil King got. No, Eris got. Hot Dog got 4th. That's why I said Hot Dog got 4th, and Oil King got 5th. I didn't get to watch much of it, but I did watch the Bonchan match. He is just steamrolling people.
Yeah, man. Like that's just. Like Gordon was telling me, like Bonchan only wins with the worst versions of every character.
I mean, you're right. When he was at Evo, I mean, he didn't win, but he was like, "Oh man, the people didn't really play Sagat anymore at that point."
He got 2nd place.
Yeah,
he believes in the character.
That's the thing. Like, and you think the best part is he doesn't even have to downplay his character because everybody else does it for him.
Yeah, everybody else is like, "Man, he plays a shitty character."
Yeah.
So he just doesn't talk. It makes life easy.
He spends less time downplaying, more time actually playing the game, and wouldn't you know it? It seems to be working out.
I'm rather saddened that Bonchan doesn't have the Okada do going as much these days. Really hurts my feelings.
Yeah, well, he probably doesn't want to go bald.
Damn.
I was wondering if they end up buffing Nash in the next version of Street Fighter V, does that mean he's going to move to Alex?
No. I think Nash will be good, but then he won't win with Nash for some reason.
Yeah, like, oh no, I don't have to work for it anymore. Why even bother?
What else? So, Evo people, I guess people didn't know this when Evo Sai went live, but Evo Sai didn't have Street Fighter V. I mean, people knew, but some people didn't know. But it did have gear. Paul, did you end up watching gear? Because I didn't watch a lot of it.
I actually missed most of it. I caught a little bit here and there, but I didn't get to see most of it.
Oh, okay. Well, what did you think of what you saw? Because the main thing I was focused on was listening to those 2 jackasses on the mic. They were good, but you know.
Yeah, I was about to say I tend to enjoy their commentary. You know, I've listened to Majin Obama's stream before. I've listened to Giuna's stream before, and when they both seem to play off each other pretty well. They kept things light, which is a different change of pace from sometimes you get people who really are focusing a little too hard on keeping it like within these parameters. So I thought it was a good introductory for people who were just kind of coming in because maybe they thought Street Fighter V was going to be there, and they're like, oh, I guess I'll watch this Guilty Gear. So.
Hey man, GG is king in Japan.
Yeah, who won?
You know, I didn't look.
The people won. You gotta remember, if you don't have an answer, it's always the people. Okay. Yeah, and
the
then,
one thing I did pay attention to was there was an announcement after Tekken 7 that all the console characters are going to be added to Fated Retribution Arcade this summer.
Oh, thank goodness.
Oh, nice.
Which, and this is a big thing because for those who remember and who paid attention, when Tekken Tag 2 came out on console in the United States, there was a bunch of like console-only characters. A lot of them were clone characters, but there were a few that were completely different characters. And none of that ended up, or the stages for console, ended up ever getting put in the arcade game. So we were sort of playing 2 different games. So it's really good to hear that there's going to be one uniform Tekken 7 experience going forward.
Well, I would hope so. Good. It's still early 2017, so.
Yeah.
Early 2017.
When does it really stop?
Early technically stops after first quarter.
So Evo.
Yeah.
What? That's our first quarter. That's our first quarter. FGC quarter.
I feel like this is a backtrack.
Look, I figure at the 6-month mark is when it's no longer early because then you're halfway. You can't say it's early if you're more than halfway.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or you could say early second half. You know. That works, right?
I mean, technically, yeah, you can word manipulate a little bit.
So what was it?
That was also a Mexican KOF tournament.
Was it?
Yeah, there was. I caught a little bit of that.
That was Japanoa. I think I was on Street Fighter 5 there, but I didn't watch that. But I did watch the KOF tournament, and that was pretty much, it was like, you know, Mexican KOF, the slobber knockers, all days, haymakers, left and right. You saw, if you were watching my Twitter yesterday, you saw me post a lot of shit from that tournament. Those guys were, you know, putting on a great show. ISO Strife, thank you for the stream. It was amazing.
Yes.
Thank you for you know, giving us the bilingual commentary. That was really good. You know. Yeah, man. Just I enjoy watching Mexican KOF, or pretty much any kind of KOF. Mexican KOF is pretty special for me because it's just like, you know, you can just see a lot of guys who just don't fucking block.
Yeah. But not only that, it's just fun to watch people hold forward.
Dude, it's the best, man. Like, just like it's literally just like, who's a chicken? You call me a chicken? No, dude.
And I want to say, we're not discrediting. It's just that's the play style. It's always been a play style there since 2K2.
And it's not even a bad play style. It beats people. It beats good players. I'm not saying like it doesn't work. It's just like, who the hell who has the balls to do this?
Yeah, one of the favorites to win it was Paco, because he's been dominating a lot in everything he enters. But he didn't win. I think he got 5th because Sombra won, Koopa got 2nd, and Juan got 3rd. I mean, it's just Mexicali Juan. That's all he is. I didn't get to watch it. We were streaming. I only caught the very end of it. But I watched pools. Pools were good.
I was gonna say, like, Koopa, someone who has been pretty much fabled in the Mexican scene for years, doesn't get a lot of exposure outside of Mexico, except for I think that one tournament that happened earlier last year, where he came out to a Texan tournament, I want to say. I can't remember the name of it. Anyway, so he to see him like get like, you know, pretty high placing again, just, you know, goes to show you know, very strong competitor. Can't wait to see him outside of Mexico. Hopefully he gets to come out to Evo. Yeah. A lot of people were asking about Bala though, and Bala is someone that I know everybody knows now. He's playing the game. He's doing pretty well at it. At least the last time he was playing. But he's been a little quiet recently, so a lot of people are wondering where he's going to be popping up next. And with the advent of LDA Kula versus M-Dash in Japan happening, you basically have like what I would call 3 of the Mexican gods possibly coming up and contending for that, you know, strongest KOF scene in the world, and they can definitely take it home.
Yeah. Then another thing with that, we mentioned this earlier with the Chinese tournament, where they had it was a small tournament for a region that's known for having like a shit ton of players. Mexico is the same, and this event had 28 players total, I think, for King of Fighters 14, and that's very small because you always hear about all these huge Mexican tournaments, but you never see them. Since streaming has become a thing, you've never really seen a huge, like, massive KOF tournament come from Mexico, which is not a negative thing. I'm not like saying anything bad. It's just I would like to see these tournaments that people keep talking about, because we did see that Chinese tournament, that 97, 98 tournament from Japan that had 2,000 plus people for each goddamn game. But we're not getting those numbers for 14 in China. We know that.
Yeah. We might. There's been some discussion on whether or not the Steam version is going to increase numbers. We know that it was the 3rd most bought game for that week
in the world.
Global leader. I think it's still on the global leaderboard on the top 25 possibly. I was told that's pretty much all China, because, you know, China recently only got their console, whatever that stuff was going on. That's been
there was a console. Yeah, there was a console ban in China. For the most part, no foreign consoles could come to the country, or it's something like that. Yeah. I'll look into it again and talk about it some other time. But their main way of playing games was through PC or pirating shit. Yeah. And I mean, PC is, you can pirate stuff on PC too, but PC is where they do everything. But most players there don't have PS4s, so there's a chance that PC could become the standard as long as it's a solid version of the game. And it should be a solid version of the game, because it should be identical to the arcade version, because they're both based on Windows. And with that, people have been asking if there's going to be any crossplay between arcade, PC, and PS4. And for sure, I'm going to say PS4 is not going to have crossplay with the others. But I think it would be dope as shit to have arcade and PC in Japan only, or like in that region. America's not its point.
I mean, you could have crossplay in with Japan and America, not for actually playing, but like I mentioned on Game Goons yesterday, like this would be good for like if we want to include a Japanese arcade match in a boot camp, possibly, you know, like maybe Majin Obama could say, hey guys, we're gonna like play this online match in this Game Goons lobby, if it's possible,
and then we can yell at them. It'll be great.
Yeah. And they won't have to hear what we're saying this time either.
So yeah, it'll be interesting seeing what happens with the scene. So the Japanese community is definitely gonna become stronger, and it's gonna grow thanks to the arcade release. Chinese community, same thing because of PC release. The American community and the Latin American communities where things get a bit iffy. Will it change at all? Will it split the community? Because people are gonna drop, some people don't have a PS4. I have plenty of friends who don't have the game because they don't have a PS4, but they're looking forward to the Steam edition. And then you have people who have the PS4 version. They're like, I'm not getting it on PC. My PC can't play it. I don't trust PC. Different, various reasons. Whatever. I get it. But you're gonna have that faction of people too, and it's gonna be a thing.
And then we also have to worry about are they gonna travel and stuff like that. I mean, we obviously might see a surge in numbers now because more people have access to the game, but I don't expect it all to happen all at once. I do think 2017 is going to be a much better year for KOF 14 overall, but it's probably going to be a slow build. So just have to hunker down and hope for the best and have a good time along the way, because we got Combo Breaker coming up with a 140-man bracket for KOF.
Yeah, 140-man bracket. I'm not even in it. What happened? Rick, you didn't put me in there, you bastard.
Wait, you're actually not in the brackets? Holy shit.
No, I'm not in the bracket.
I was asking, like, yeah, Reynolds in the bracket, so Reynolds in the bracket, I believe. Oh yeah, big surprise. Finally, Decimo. Decimo in the brackets, dude. I am going to watch that so closely. Decimo is a player who, as far as we know over here, only exists online. He says that he doesn't really go out and play with his local community. For whatever reason, I don't know. He actually, he actually had a local event recently, so he finally broke that streak. But guy's a monster. Guy's amazing. Actually has a pretty good connection too, so I can say that legitimately he is really good.
He's a solid player.
Solid. Yeah. Super tough to deal with this Kukri. Hopefully he plays Kukri offline.
Black Rose in chat saying he's been showing up to offline.
Yeah, he's been going to
Chicago.
He recently told me that he's been going public, basically, right? So hopefully he's been scaring the shit out of everybody over there, so like they can be used to it by the time it shows around for Combo Breaker. Because if he plays even like somewhat as good as he plays online at Combo Breaker, people are gonna be like, "Yo, this fucking guy."
His Kukri's gonna throw people off,
dude.
Oh yeah,
they're gonna tech roll every sweep. I can guarantee it.
That sand clone.
That sand bushing.
The sand clone is stupid. No, it really is, because I was not expecting this when I tested it out. But when he does it and passes through you, I tested it in training mode. You have to block the direction it originally was, despite him being on the opposite side.
Right.
So it's a grounded left-right mix-up, so that like you can definitely delay it. I mean, I would imagine just try and get out of there, backdash from forward. I don't know exactly what you do in that situation, but don't block it, because that's a grounded left-right mix-up on the low, and you don't know when it's coming.
So you tech roll then roll again. I mean, I wouldn't even recommend that, honestly, because I feel like
I wouldn't tech roll at all.
Yeah, just take the knockdown, guys.
Just run at him or something. I don't know.
I'm excited to see him play in the tournament. If he runs into Reynolds, dude, that's gonna be a fucking clash.
Yeah, and I think brackets aren't finalized right now. Usually tournaments post brackets and then they ask for some feedback. Hey, are you playing someone in the same region as you first round? And Combo Breaker's doing that. So brackets could get changed. We don't know who he's gonna play just yet, but we'll see. It should be fun.
Yeah, from what I saw, it looks like all the pools are up. They asked for feedback, and we won't get brackets until, my guess is tomorrow or Wednesday. I don't think they made an official announcement when finalized brackets. I think they had a soft date for it, but I could be wrong about that.
Okay.
I was gonna say, like, because the brackets might change, that doesn't necessarily mean that you have an input for that. Because I know a lot of people are like apparently asking if they can not have Friday pools, which was, I'm pretty sure we talked about that several times already, man.
We did.
Like seeing Rick respond, like he didn't respond to anybody in particular, but seeing him say that on Twitter today was just like, guys, like come on, you know, we've been over this. The pools are set. Nobody gets to have a say in what day they play on. And that's always been true. That's been true every year.
It's been true since Keats ran UFGT.
Like, I mean, I guess I don't blame him for trying.
There was actually a thing about this when UFGT was still going on.
Oh yes, I do remember that. That was a big blow up, and
that was hilarious. That was someone being a big baby.
It seems like it happens every year now. You know.
Yeah.
Well, you know. People just want to push things.
They do, and I get it. Like people get busy, or they know their schedulings are just going to conflict because of professional reasons or because of personal reasons or whatever, right? So I'm not saying that you wanting to have a Saturday pool to fit in your schedule makes you an asshole or anything like that. But like, you know, you often understand, like, you know, Rick has a job to do that is taking into account 5,000 other people, basically. You know.
Yep.
What are he supposed to do for those other guys?
We'll see how things turn out. I'm sure it's gonna be fine.
No,
like people are gonna complain. Fuck them. That's the mentality you have to go into.
Well, the reality of it is, like we talked about earlier, some people are just gonna decide not to go if they can't get the pool they want, and they literally have to do something else that day. They can't go.
Yeah, like I brought this up earlier. But Punk is not going to be... I don't know if Punk is going or not. I'm assuming he's going to go, but I don't think he's going to play because he just can't.
I'm sure they'll find something to do. Not like in the tournament, but like...
He'll play money matches.
There you go. I mean, funny matches. He's esports now. He's not allowed to do that shit.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
No gambling.
Well, this really isn't esports, but big company may have leaked some shit by accident. Marvel...
Which is it really an accident at this point, man?
So here's the thing. So it's kind of a weird situation for those who don't know comic books that well. They always put out stuff about the comic books months ahead of time. Basically, just so people like Diamond can put it in their catalogs, so comic shop owners can kind of get stuff ready to buy. So I think that's what this was. Is that Marvel put out a list of variant covers that are going to basically be celebrating MVCI a month before it comes out. These are basically going to be August issues of comic books with covers featuring Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite art, is the way it seems on the press release. So the interesting thing about that is there's a bunch of books that either feature characters or just are straight the names of the characters, solo books, of people who haven't been announced to be in this game yet. Characters like Venom and Black Panther. So I don't know. It would seem to indicate that those are two characters that are in this game.
We got Deadpool. You know, there's like a lot of
Spider-Man. Deadpool is in there. Thanos is another one.
And these are characters that you would expect to kind of be in there, considering what we were like assuming the theme of the roster for Marvel would be, which was the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Right, exactly, and it makes sense from that. You know, we just got the announcement that Tom Hardy is going to be playing Venom in a Venom film that will follow up Spider-Man: Homecoming.
Yep.
So it seems like Venom is somebody that they have on their radar and that they want. But then there's also
Venom too.
What were you saying?
Fans also want Venom, so there's there's a huge outcry for him in 3, and I think Marvel heard.
And then there's a bunch of team books like Guardians, Defenders, and that could be any number of characters, obviously. But those are kind of the big, you know, and obviously this is followed up by the other books are characters that are already in the game. So Captain Marvel is one of them, Thor is one of them, Hulk is one of them, Rocket Raccoon is one of them. And these are characters who've already been announced, so it just seems like, all right, so you just confirmed a bunch of characters that weren't.
Now the thing is, like, do they really think that they were like nobody's gonna make the connection? Like they're just gonna like?
I think it's just one of those things that, given the comic industry, was probably unavoidable.
Because they already had their set schedule for when they wanted to reveal these variants.
Yeah, these are the upfronts for the August orders, basically. Right. And because they're doing a line of variant covers, they had to make this known.
That is...
So I guess they're just kind of going along with it under the, well, you don't really know. We could just be putting... I mean, it's not totally out of the realm of possibility that they could just be putting wild covers on a bunch of books. But it doesn't really seem likely.
I would be like after they rang the bell, that'd be kind of a dick move almost, you know? It's like, oh yeah,
yeah, I think people would be severely pissed actually.
So it's like one of those good leaks where it's just like, okay, cool. Now we get to anticipate whether or not we're right or we're right.
Yeah.
And the other thing is, for the most part, like say with Street Fighter V, there haven't really been any major leaks for that right now this season, right?
Not since, well, not this season, no.
Ed kind of came out, what was it, about a week and a half?
Well, that was Capcom's own doing, right?
That was the PlayStation Network thing.
Yeah.
Oh,
the website messed that up or something like that.
So they've been doing a good job of keeping the leaks suppressed this year, for the most part.
Well, we also don't. The other thing was like nobody really knew. These are all new characters now, so it's like.
Yeah, that's the other thing. But with this, I don't know. Like I'm in the camp that's saying, you know, this just, you know, this is purely coincidental. You know, these characters may not be in the game. I would like to see Venom in the game.
I think a lot of people would.
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't care about these rumors. I don't care about anything until I actually see what's happening. So hopefully, I mean, I personally hope none of these. It's different characters, only because I want to see like variety. And I'm more interested in the Capcom characters.
You know, actually, it's a good point. Now that I think about it, what if like the Marvel side of it is just like we don't care if we leak them? It's our characters.
Yeah,
but the Capcom side, like we're holding our stuff. We're not saying anything.
Well, yeah, and this is one of those things where actually a potential leak can be a positive, because, like you said, that's Marvel's side of the issue. Capcom still is holding all the cards for their characters, which. That's really where people have the question marks, because everybody sort of figured this would center around the cinematic universe.
Right.
So they were already kind of picking the characters. They're like, all right, this guy's going to be in, this guy's going to be in. But Capcom, nobody really has any idea. And everybody has their niche characters that they want. You know, it's like Alex has been asking for Gene from God Hand for 25 years.
I won't even say it this time. He's not here. I won't even say it.
But, so, you know, everybody's got one that they really like. And we've discussed it on the show. Nobody knows.
So those would probably be the biggest reveals, most likely, you think? I
think so.
Yeah.
Especially if it's some really different choices. I'll say it that way. Like if it's characters you wouldn't necessarily expect.
Yeah. And that's gonna be the fun thing. I'm waiting, and like the game is coming out in 3-4 months. And we only know, what, 5 Capcom characters?
Well, that's only because Damon's not working with us over here hating and shit.
We never even got an overall number of characters for the game.
That's true.
So
they have not.
We really have no idea what we're working with.
We could be working with a UMVC 3 size roster here, and considering how many characters are in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, that could actually lead to some surprises on that side. But even more surprises on Capcom's side, because I don't think they're going to actually try to do like rehash characters too much. Like I think the only character that might be returning that I feel pretty confident about is either one of the Sparta Bros or Zero. Because I think like Capcom just
I kind of feel like a Devil May Cry character is assured.
Yeah.
But hey, I don't know.
Well, the main thing that I try to take away from trying to speculate on characters is that they want to have a real storyline, and obviously with the cinematic universe, they want to focus on that. But what would Capcom want to add to help engross the single player story? You know what I mean? Like, obviously, in other games like Project Cross Zone, people knew the legendary demon hunter Arthur from Ghouls and Ghosts. Like he was fabled, and he fought like Darkstalkers and other monsters and things like that. So like, are they going to try and do that, like where they build the whole universe essentially around all their different games and planes of existence and whatnot? So if that's the case, the main bad guy it seems like is Ultron and Sigma, So who would weave a good story and obviously we have Strider. He's kind of from the future, a bit more cybernetic. He probably have some sort of a investment into trying to stop him. But what characters aren't in the game would be useful in order to fight either on the opposite side or other supervillains.
I mean, one name comes to mind right now is Hayate.
Yeah.
Or Hayato, or the plasma sword guy.
Or what if they need some sort of giant robot to fight, and Kikayo shows up or something? I doubt that's going to happen, but you don't know. Or cyberbots.
Yeah, exactly. And what if they need a pirate and they just get Higemaru and bam, we're just
yeah, exactly.
Man, every game needs a pirate.
Or what if they need an allegory for Sun Wukong, so Sun comes back or something?
Oh yeah, that's a good point. Yeah.
Yeah,
you could join the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Well, I mean, either that or Grandfather. The classic.
That classic Sun Wukong.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's probably where most of my interest lies with the Capcom side and what they've got up their sleeve. And I feel like, especially with today's penchant for adding characters to the game mid-run, that number only gets even larger as the years go on. So we probably could see some of these zany ass characters. We could see a fucking Breath of Fire Ryu finally.
Yeah. And again, the game's coming out in 4 months. We have
weird.
Yeah, I know. I can't believe it. I almost expect a delay.
we have Combo Breaker coming up this week. We have Evo coming up in 2 months. CEO and E3 being the biggest event for something like this. Only because Marvel's going to want to announce it at the biggest event. That's most likely going to be the case. So who knows where we're going to get news? We also will most likely get some Street Fighter V news thrown in here as well.
I would think so.
I'm interested in seeing what we're going to get for Marvel. It's going to be nice. And E3 could be the place where we get that Alex trailer finally. Be cool.
Just randomly pops up on a big screen.
Just doing all those squats, letting us know.
Hey guys, it's Alex, and he's good now. VF6 never. Yeah. Sega's supposed to be coming out with some new IPs, aren't they? They're supposed to be reviving some stuff here.
They're not coming out with new IPs.
Oh, they're reviving IPs. My bad.
Yeah, they're bringing back some old mainstays, and they want them all back by 2020 or something.
I saw this, and I just imagined Chris in the fetal position, rocking back and forth.
You were correct. I was just I fell out of my chair for 5 minutes
because I just man, this could easily just be the biggest bait and switch, where it's Sega's bringing back all the games you want, and everybody's all right, so Virtua Fighter, and it's gonna be, what? It'll be Virtua Cop. There's a new Virtua Cop, everybody.
I mean, all right. That's not the worst thing in the world, but I looked at the list, and it got PSO2 in the fucking list of things to make a worldwide success, and I'm come on.
PSO2 is never coming.
They literally, to the United States. They had a discussion, and they said, you know what, guys? I think people in America might like Phantasy Star Online too. We probably should have brought it out 6 years ago when we had the chance, but better late than never. That's what I'm thinking went on in my head.
All right, you want to hear? Let's make this easy. No speculation. What do you guys want? Chris, what do you want?
What do I want? From Sega?
Yeah.
All right, so I'm going to preface this with the fact that I believe they're actually on the right track for this. It's not speculation, because that Sonic Forces trailer has pretty much validated the 14-year-old Hell Pockets.
Hell Pockets the Hedgehog?
2 years of my high school life not down the drain. Gonna dig that up out of the toilet and say, you know what? You did a good thing designing all those damn furries. Now you're gonna have a wealth of characters to choose from. You're gonna have the baddest stable ever. They're not actually furries, they're hedgehogs, because fuck all the other animals. But they've managed to tap into that whole you know what, we're gonna reach into our fan base and give them something they're actually going to enjoy for once. They might actually give us money finally. So I want Phantasy Star Online 2 to happen, because now they're actually looking at us and saying, maybe if we give them what they want, they'll actually like us again.
But Chris, what about Phantasy Star Offline?
Phantasy Star Offline. I won't. At this point, I won't even. I won't even care.
Kimmy just that died.
It did. Like, this is just
I know.
Phantasy Star Offline died with 4. 4 was the last one, right?
Yeah.
All right.
I really wish that there was another 5, or like a 5. You know,
Another 5, yeah.
Yeah,
Another
I wish there was.
5.
Hey, there's a bunch of 5s out there. Okay.
There's 5 gum too. Several
I got
flavors.
5 on it.
Right.
So Chris, what's your actual prediction?
My actual prediction is going to be the first game they're going to come out with, or they're going to announce the revival of, is probably going to be. It's a tough one, actually.
I'm gonna interrupt you. I'm gonna say it's Jet Set Radio.
Jet Set Radio. Actually, I could see that. I could see that.
No, that's why I think that's gonna be one of the first 3.
I honestly think it's probably going to be a Phantasy Star or a Shining Force game, and it's going to be a straight RPG.
I would love Shining Force. Shining Force, Virtua Fighter 6, a new DD crew, one or the other. That's what we need.
A new DD crew?
Yeah, a new DD crew.
Swing?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, baby.
Sick.
So, yeah, I have a multitude of Sega games that I would like to see.
Yes, you do.
Oh, Damon actually just said a good one.
So, I was wondering, like, does this kind of fall in line with the new Virtual On that they're going to come out? Because that already was announced. So I was asking for that for a long time, and then, like I said, the Monkey's Paw Curl, because I don't know what's going to happen with that. But I'm still awaiting. But at the same time, I would like to see a new Dynamite Deca with a bit more of expanded kind of mechanics. Almost to the point where maybe it's like Dynamite Deca combined with Rent-A-Hero. Where like you kind of still have like more of like an RPG, but without being straight up Yakuza and like super huge and deep. Just like give me a bit more than just kind of just like your regular beat 'em up. And yeah, a new classic Phantasy Star would be nice.
Yeah,
I haven't played Sega too long.
We can call it Live Free or Deca Hard, right?
Wow. Give me Universe Harriers while we're at it.
A good day to Deca Hard. That's what we can.
If the main character better not be named Bruno and actually just John McClane. No Bruno Dellinger this time, guys.
All right, Paul, it's your turn.
I think we are finally going to get the announcement of Virtua Fighter 6. I think it's actually going to happen.
I think so too, which is why that's not exactly what I want to like call. But I think by the time it comes out, if it's 2020, I get to be like the Virtua Fighter community and be over 30 years old by the time it comes out.
With
LA Akira are going to be with a freaking cane walking to the arcade at that point.
LA Akira's going to be 55 playing Virtua Fighter 6 in like 2 years.
We're going to be on the, what's it called? The Dial-A-Ride. All of us are going to go to the...
Oh,
God, dude.
I thought you were going to say dialysis for a second.
No.
If we keep eating that Okamoto,
Totally different
if
thing.
we keep eating the Okamoto kitchen, man, maybe, shit.
Yeah. With Virtua Fighter 6, this is the thing. I said this late last year and early this year. I've had multiple people tell me there's going to be Virtua Fighter 6 rumors, news, everything coming out this year. And these have all been from legitimately reliable sources who have never like given me like wrong info ever. And I'm waiting for it. I'm looking forward to it. One of them went public and said something, and then immediately deleted a tweet that some people caught. Yep. Not with like detailed information, but saying like, "Hey, yeah, it's gonna come. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen around this time frame, and hopefully that's the case." So I'm waiting. The year's still young. Still early 2016
I feel
right
like
now.
the Virtua Fighter community's been waiting. So, and other than that, I really don't know what they would bring back. There's so many games I think that people would consider classics now, from Streets of Rage to Golden Axe, that it's kind of hard. Jet Set Radio is something I wouldn't have expected, but once you said it, I was kind of like, yeah, that makes sense.
That seems like easy money, yeah.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Especially with the music IP licenses that are like been flying around the gaming scene lately. Like, dude, they could make an awesome game.
I hope so, because Jet Set Radio was great. Jet Set Radio Future was almost great, but they fucked up the painting mechanics and it sucked.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it definitely made the game flow a bit faster, but I don't necessarily think it was a better thing for it.
Yeah, that was the weird thing. It was not having to do all the motions, like, after doing them. I think maybe if I'd played Future first, it wouldn't have bothered me as much.
Yeah.
But
I could actually see them going for some smaller IPs that would probably not be too hard, and they probably wouldn't even update them. They'd probably just port them to like something like Steam, like what they're doing with Vanquish. One being the Heroes, Treasure Heroes collection, Gunstar Heroes, Guardian Heroes. I could see those going to Steam.
I really would like Guardian Heroes on something that's not the Xbox 360 or the Sega Saturn.
Dude, that'd be
Yeah, that'd be sick.
Yeah, like they put the spiritual successor on Steam, Princess Blade or something like that. I haven't gotten it, but I heard it's okay. So I wouldn't be surprised if they put Guardian Heroes on Steam and then put Gunstar Heroes on Steam. Like Gunstar Heroes would probably clean up on Steam, honestly.
It's not on Steam?
No, I don't think so. I think it's only.
It should be on Steam. There's a Sega collection pack.
Really?
Yeah.
And they didn't put Guardian Heroes on that shit? Damn.
Oh, Guardian Heroes.
No, that's
It's
like Gunstar. Gunstar.
Yeah. Gunstar Heroes. Yeah. That's
Gunstar's
Genesis.
on
Yeah.
Well, maybe an HD version. I don't know. I could see them doing. Well, I guess they would announce P5A, right?
And out of nowhere,
They're gonna have Kid Chameleon 2 is what they're gonna.
I was actually about to make a joke about Kid Chameleon.
Ristar, whatever you want to say. That
You know, I never knew which way it was pronounced.
It's probably Ristar.
Does what the hell's going on with Toe Jam and Earl 3?
It should be coming out this year. It got pushed back because they got funding through Adult Swim Games, so now they're actually, rather than just only a PC release, they're going to be putting it on everything.
All right.
They're having a lot of bug issues right now, but it should be coming out sometime this year. And when that comes out,
of course, there's bugs.
I've already backed like 3 copies or something like that, so I'm totally
Man. After the last Altered Beast, I don't think we need another Altered Beast.
I saw that too, and I was like,
I
don't know,
I'm just
man.
thinking, yeah. People in chat mentioning Altered Beast. I've seen that game.
See, this is why you ignore chat.
Wow,
Chat doesn't exist.
you're
when we're
right.
doing the
Because
show.
someone
People
just
are
said
also
Toe
saying
Jam-
you guys.
a person I respect just said Toe Jam and Earl are terrible games.
That person you respect that said that, I agree with that person. So
Wow.
we're gonna get to questions in a bit, but Anthony, there's a topic near and dear to your heart.
Oh yeah, you're talking about a character or
A
something?
character, a game. It's coming out. Unist.
Yeah.
And two characters have been announced for it. 2 new characters.
Yeah.
You go to those characters, buddy?
So there definitely was, as we talked about before, I'm pretty sure. I can't even think of his name right now. What's his name?
Kindu or some shit like that?
Kindu. Oh, Pockets, what's the guy's name?
Enkidu.
Enkidu, that's right.
There you go.
You know,
I know that because I keep wanting to call him like Indiku, but
Dick.
Yeah.
Indic.
Indica.
Yeah, just like Dick Seed from Injustice.
Get this dick!
He's out. He's like we talked about before. He uses a ancient martial art that has no name, but his throw has Tetsuzanko, which is the most important part of that the whole thing. And then the character that a ton of people, like almost every single person that I know of, wanted outside of myself, which I really didn't care who came next, honestly. Erica Wagner, I think it's Wagner. I always ask people that: is it Wagner or Wagner?
It just depends on whether you're German or not, I
Should be
think.
Wagner.
I'm more than certain it's Wagner. But she's coming out. People really like her because she's a character that uses both a sword and a shield. Apparently, she can boost up the power for that and allows her to, like, I think, do special move cancels or something to that effect. You know, you could buff up the sword.
And she's got fire. People like fire.
Yeah, man. Fire's
Yeah.
great.
Aren't Cassandra and Sophitia from Soul Calibur like that?
Yes. I mean,
God damn.
All right. Don't care for this character. Those characters were bland. This character's gonna be bland. Give me Tetsuzanko guy.
yeah, he's gonna be.
I feel like Alex died, so that character may be in this game. He hasn't been on the show in so long.
He's not even here to talk about Eric.
He's not even here to talk about it. I mean, is the Hound in the chat? Like, Hound's not even in chat.
I'm
think
hyped
he's
for Erica
driving home
Wagner.
right
Like,
now.
I'll be honest. Like, I wasn't like a really big fan of the other characters other than Enkidu. But Erica Wagner was probably one of the other characters that caught my interest just simply because of her personality. Was like she's like a total bitch or some shit.
Well, she's apparently like different because she's a part of whatever that organization is.
Yeah, she's like VIP something or something.
Yeah, but everybody always like kind of looks at her too, and they're like, she seems kind of weird or weird about shit. So I don't know how much her loyalty or lies to that. I don't know that much about the character though. In all honesty, like out of all the characters they had shown before, I don't think there was one that I was really looking forward to. Outside of that, I really like the way Enkidu is shaping up to be.
Yeah.
Erica Wagner's probably going to be cool, I would imagine. But I was kind of hoping for either a character that we hadn't seen before, which would kind of make not that much sense considering they've had a lot of
they got too many people that go on the back burner for that.
Yeah, and not only that, you know, they've been working on a bunch of other games. So obviously, if they had some sprites done, you know, we don't know how far along they were, and you know,
and we still don't know if we get a guest character either, too. You know,
that's the thing. I would also like to see another guest character, but who would it be? And
G-Mantle.
No, obviously the only character it could be is a character from Ragnarok Battle Offline, going back to the classics. No.
It's gotta be the thief. It's gotta be the thief. Female thief. Female thief.
But no, yeah, really, I would like to see, something else. You know, who knows? They've worked with a lot of different people. They've worked with Sega. You know, put Akira in there as well to fight Enkidu.
Just take him from like the freaking the Geki fighter. And
Enkidu will be, he'll be using some 2,000-year-old nameless martial art, and he'll still be 10 years too early to fight Akira. So, you know, it doesn't matter. Or I don't know, they've worked with a bunch of other stuff. For all we know, it could be some stupid light novel character they put in there. Which,
it could be, yeah.
Which would be dumb, but I mean, whatever.
You put a fake character in there, then people will be like, "Oh shit, it's Fate Stay Night."
No, you put you put what you do is you put a fake character in there with a fake fireball. Thank you,
fireballs.
All
the fireballs.
Yeah, I was like, you just destroyed her young mind.
Questions, huh?
Yeah, time for questions. And holy shit, this first question. So Time Riff asks, if SDR could host its own major, what lineup, venue, dates? So venue, dates, and other. We're not answering that shit. Would you choose? Also, why CVS 2 training stage music so dope? CVS 2 training music is good because it's just a bunch of sounds.
Yeah, it's
electric sounds.
It's the original Bubba. So I guess the lineup is the most important part of this.
Yes.
Because
what's your lineup?
Well, I guess let's just say we got 4 games. We're doing a really small one.
All right.
4 games.
All right.
So obviously I want to bring people in, so we got Street Fighter 5 in there, and of course I have KOF in there, Guilty Gear, and so the 4th game I would consider to be the whammy, the mystery game. For me, I would really like to see Rival Schools, Project Justice. I don't know how I would provide the setups, but I would have loved Project Justice to like round that up.
We probably call SK or something. He'll show up.
Yeah.
SK shows up with like 20 boards.
He's like, you guys don't know how long I've been waiting for this.
What took you so damn long?
He's like, who wants to play for money?
Paul, what will be your turn?
Honestly, it would probably be Rev 2, Unist, Tekken 7, and Injustice 2.
Okay, yeah, I was about to say Injustice.
I don't think anybody wants to play the original one. But I figured I had to clarify.
But there's going to be house rules. No zoning.
Alright. Anthony.
Honestly, I would love to do a bunch of different events. I'd like to have my own summit style or
one event.
Danger Room.
One
event. All right. Well, then I'm going big. Combo breaker deal. Too many games.
Oh shit.
Or mostly Poverty Evo, if I could do it.
Yeah, that'd be
Have a bunch of just random shit people can come and play. Still have a couple big games. You know.
Keep in mind, that doesn't mean anime Evo. That is literally like you've never heard of these games Evo.
You know, I feel like if we ever ran an event, it would end up being a poverty event.
Probably.
It's gonna have a High Rollers Breakers Revenge turn.
I mean, that would be sick to watch.
Everybody could enter. Like literally, everybody could enter and do well.
That would be entertaining as hell.
Yeah. It's all come and crush us all.
Games, Anthony.
I'd probably have games that I would like, games that are out now. So, Street Fighter 5, Marvel, King of Fighters, Gear, and then when the Poverty and stuff like that comes through, obviously Breakers. Breakers is a game close to my heart. Karnov. Usually the standard fare stuff that people still kind of play, but if anybody wants to show up and run their stuff, VSAV. VSAV's not really Poverty though. Especially with now.
You can play it now, yeah.
The community seems bigger than ever before. Gosh, there's too many to name. Galaxy Fight.
That's why Combo Breaker runs like 20 games.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Hyper DBZ. That's
Skull Girls. Yeah, Hyper DBZ. I'll do that. I'll just ask my friends and be like, "What one game do you want in Poverty Evo?" And then
we'll find you
Mark
8 guys to play.
I don't know if Mark of the Wolves counts as Poverty.
I feel like it has to.
Yeah,
stuff like
it's
that.
on all platforms now.
It's not true Poverty.
Yeah.
I'm gonna float
true,
Gibby
it's
so
true.
far is that he's gonna be in top grand finals.
Oh shit! Sick.
Can we all agree that the king of Poverty games is actually Tournament Fighters?
Probably,
yeah,
it's-
100% be there. There's no way Tournament Fighters would not be there.
I've actually never watched a tournament of that, like a full one. And I've just seeing random matches. That game just looks hilarious.
Oh yeah,
It's fun. It's a good game.
No, it is. It's super fun.
Fuck Chrome Dome.
wow!
He's not even that good.
Chrome Dome's sick.
Man,
So-
you haven't played. If you're saying fuck Chrome Dome, you haven't played against a good Armagon yet.
No, I've not. I don't want to do that either.
Is that your list, Anthony?
Yes.
Like
Yes,
2 billion games.
50 games. 50 game tournament.
So, mine would be easy. ST, Alpha 2, CVS 2, Breakers, Karnovs, 98, and then there would be the Mark of the Wolves challenge. Okay, where the winner of all those events would be put into a bracket with me and Knock and Justin. Me, Knock, and Justin. And then we'd play a gigantic round robin for $1 million, and it'd be great.
And if you win, you actually get to keep your own $1 million.
Yep. So I have to win. I have to train these hands
You're
to
gonna
play
break
video
your
games
own
again.
one rule. You're gonna break your one rule of not winning your own
All right.
tournament.
Gibby, if you had to play, and not just based on what you are best at, but what are the 4 best in your opinion KOF games, and this includes like Fatal Fury series.
Oh.
What are the 4 games you would play in like just like a best of 4 games round robin type thing?
Best of 4 like 4 different games or one?
Yes,
game?
4 different games.
From the Fatal Fury series. Okay, yeah. So from that universe is what you're trying to tell me?
Yeah, basically like KOF, Fatal Fury, and any other games that kind of intersect with the 2.
All right, sick. So this is easy. Samurai Showdown 2. Okay.
Okay.
KOF 98.
Okay.
KOF 95. And this is the hard part because I said Fatal Fury Special, Sam Show 2. Mark of the Wolves. God damn it. I don't want to do Mark of the Wolves, but we'll go with Real About Special only because the game is shit, trash, broken.
So
wow,
you said,
dominated mind. Come on, bro.
so wait, that was 98, 95, Real Bout Special, and
Sam Show 2. Oh, you know what? Fatal Fury Special.
Okay.
Did I say that? I don't know if I said that.
Well, you put 5. That's all.
Yeah, that's fine. Whatever. I'm not playing Real Bot 2 because Ghost Pilot is better than me. That's it. Ghost Pilot is better than me. There's just no other way to put it. When I say that, I mean like I'm right here, and you can't see where he is, but he's like he's up there. But yeah, if we were to have our own tournament, it would be fun. It would be hilarious. No one would get paid, and everyone would eat fried chicken.
That sounds sick.
There is a prize pot, but the entire thing goes into the Popeyes fund.
Yeah, I can.
You know, speaking of, I'd really like to see like actual competition for games like Real Bout Special, World Heroes Perfect. I haven't really seen a lot of competitive play of those games, and it'd just be kind of cool to see them.
God, World Heroes Perfect when played
It's
at
for
the
you,
highest
Hound.
level. When played at the highest level is ridiculous, especially
go-
like Brocken. If you see the Brocken Oki, like people talk about set play. You want to know a left-right fucking hard knockdown mix-up that like combos into a fucking. So essentially, he did Psycho Crusher and drops a bomb, and then you just gotta know which way to block, and you're just fucking. It's like Vega.
Nice.
It's like Vega, but harder to do.
That's awful.
If you want to watch good matches, especially from the States, just go watch Funk Doc and Keats. Those two used to be the World Heroes Perfect gods.
What We got the next one.
I would say go watch their matches and go watch Acho footage, Mikado footage. Just go watch footage from Japan as well. Most of it's good. So remember, not all footage from Japan is high level players. All right?
Yeah.
Remember that shit.
Please.
I watch a lot of Mark of the Wolves tournaments that people tell me is high level shit, and they're idiots.
I watched
high level.
I watched about an hour of a 4-hour KOF 11 video, and it was definitely not high level. Anyway, next question. Bennig
Yeah, I was about to say we should probably move on.
I was wondering on whether
Who asked this question?
I said Bennig Monica.
This is shit.
I did. Okay, you want to read it? You read it, motherfucker. Shit.
Oh, okay, fine. Bennig Monica asks, I was wondering on whether M-Dash is struggling to win tournaments lately. His recent trip to China netted him a 5th place.
No. Didn't he like win recently? Something?
He's won tournament after WCS. Yeah.
I don't know. This could be a case of the old 2.0, but you know, I'm not trying to say.
Well, okay, yeah, that's actually a good point.
That's what it is.
Yeah. After he won WCS, the whole game changed. So he could be adjusting to that, and he's still catching up, and he might be a force to be reckoned with by Evo.
I hope so. Shit.
Yeah. I still think he's gonna be really strong. So I'm not really worried about that. I just think things are kind of topsy turvy because like even ET hasn't won a lot before and after 2.0. He's won, but it hasn't been to the point where it was like, oh man, like ET is definitely going to win this tournament. You know, never really once felt like that. Now I kind of feel like he's definitely a contender for that. You know, you put him in a room with Xiaohai and M-Dash and Bridget, and I guess Reynolds too.
Are you stupid? Reynolds cannot be in the same room as them because he can't catch a flight. All right.
That's a good point. Never mind. I retract my statement.
That's brutal.
I think M-Dash is fine though. I think he'll be in fighting shape by Evo. I don't know if there's any other big tournaments he's planning on going to before then, but I wouldn't expect him to not perform well. I wouldn't expect him not to win anything because he hasn't been getting straight like wrecked or anything like that. He's just getting squeaked out. So it happens, the slump. It's real.
Yeah.
Next question comes from our favorite amazing chest ahead.
Mm-hmm.
This is actually interesting. Oh no, wait, no. I've already done this too many times. In honor of a great injustice to your path share, please share a raging after a loss story with us. Everybody already knows my raging story, so.
Does it have to be fighting games? Because I remember when I was a kid, I was playing Prep with a rapper, and I couldn't beat stage 4, and I threw a third-party controller at the screen and broke the D-pad. But that's back when CRTs were the thing, so like that piece of shit wasn't about to break in any case. I was so fucking mad. I was like, "Oh damn him!" Chucked it, boom! I could see the little shitty D-pad, which was like a stick kind of thing, just like broke off. Like if you guys have ever used one of those fucking really shitty, what is it, like Gravis gamepads or whatever for the PC that are essentially
Gravis Gamepad Pro.
Yeah, the ones that are fucking knockoff PlayStation controllers. The D-pad was like that, where essentially you had a D-pad, but it was really just a stick that went down into it.
Yeah, and it had M&M for buttons.
Yeah.
God, I hated those things.
Yeah. But yeah, I definitely threw it at the fucking TV and it broke the D-pad.
My raging loss story, non-fighting game related, and this isn't really a raging loss. This is more of a an accident that happened after I lost. Me and my buddies were in my room. We were playing Super Bomberman 2, and I literally got hit by a bomb that I didn't see, and so like my hands went flying up, and my D-pad flew out of my hand, and my buddy was sitting on my bed behind him and catches it right in the fucking eyeball.
Oh!
And I'm just like, oh, dude, I'm so sorry. And like, everybody's like, dude, you gotta calm down when you're playing it. This is why we don't like coming over your house. And I'm like, no, it's an accident, man. I didn't know there was a bomb there. Like, so, yeah, that was my raging story. Nobody ever came over again, and I've been playing online since.
That was when Chris stopped having friends.
Literally, like 3 years, man. His eye was fine. He's totally good. You can drive with no glasses and shit. What the hell?
Wow, Paul.
It's not really as much of a story as it's just the fact that my brother and I, when we were growing up, the room we played NES in, there was a file cabinet right next to us, and after years of playing ice hockey on NES and bases loaded, that file cabinet had a dent in it that you could probably fit a fist into from us each at different times just from playing video games, just elbowing the shit out of it. We never threw controllers, we never hit each other, but we beat the shit out of that file cabinet.
That poor file cabinet didn't see it coming, huh?
Just didn't even.
So mine is not fighting game related, and you guys know me. I get upset with what's happening to me, not so much the game. I don't really get mad, and there's a reason for it. Is the reason. Street Fighter 2010, the greatest Street Fighter game ever made. Many of you don't know this because you've never actually played the game, but if you get to the last level, it is you have a very slim margin of chance to beat it. Not because it's a difficult level, it's because there's a timer that will time you out if you're too slow. And this timer, I forget the number, but it starts at 100, and you need 98 seconds to beat it. Yeah. So one screw up and you're dead. So that happened to me. I screwed up my last life, and I died, and I just yelled out "damn" very loud, and my dad came in the room, beat the living shit out of me with the Nintendo. And if you've listened to any of the stories I've told before, Anthony, you know this, because my dad has a history of beating the shit out of me with consoles and controls. So that's one of the reasons why I don't get mad. It was beaten into me not to get mad after I play a game.
This is awful, man.
I was able to beat Street Fighter 2010.
This is like the most depressing story I've heard all week.
I had an amazing father. Come on, he beat calmness into me. All right.
I don't think that's how that's supposed to work.
But yeah, that's mine. I yelled, and I got some discipline beat into me for yelling. 8 bits at a time. So yeah, I think that's mine.
Well,
okay, let's move on as fast as possible.
A question to all the cast: which fighting game character would you like to see in your favorite RPG?
My favorite RPG. What is my favorite RPG?
I don't know if I have one either. I mean, I guess it's not Chrono Trigger, despite it being one of my top.
I like a lot of RPGs, but I don't know if I could think of any as my favorite. I actually haven't played a lot of RPGs recently either.
I mean, if it's like an RPG series, I guess it'd be Tales, and I guess the favorite fighting game character I'd like to see in there would be
Shoot.
I don't fucking know. Shit.
Which fighting game character would
I really can't think of any, so I'd say my favorite RPG is Earthbound or Mother 2, and I can't really imagine any fighting game character being in it, to be honest.
I mean, there's Ness. No, there's Ness from Super Smash Brothers. You could put him in it.
Wow.
You have the easiest one, Paul. God damn it.
I think the only thing that would have been funny, a decent cameo would have been if they had tried to sneak the protagonist from Dragon Quest in somewhere in Earthbound.
Yeah.
Just kind of like sitting at a bar or something. That would have been hilarious.
Oh yeah, totally. Was it? Yeah, I really wish one of my favorite fighting game characters, Narukami Yu, was in a RPG, and then they put him.
Oh, please shut up.
That's kind of the end. But I mean, they put a lot of SNK people in RPGs for better or worse.
Yeah.
That's true.
And I really do like the Project Crosstone series. I understand why people wouldn't like it because it's literally just hordes of enemies that you have to clear out. But I've been a Super Robot Wars player for a very long time. So that's kind of just the standard fare for me when I'm playing those kind of games. Gosh. I don't know. I really like Rival Schools characters because their designs are very unique. So put more of them in every game.
I mean, I guess I kind of would like Terry Bogard, like a Tails version of Terry Bogard in the Tails series game. Because I can just
fit.
I can just like imagine him just like, yeah, like, because like in Tails, like if you can corner somebody with your team and you just like let loose some like big ass spells, it does a lot of damage, big combos and everything. So I can just like imagine him just doing like fucking corner geysers to people like repeatedly. That'd be kind of hype.
Dragon Quest 3 is my favorite RPG, and I'm gonna be honest, I can't think of any fighting game character I wanted. Character that might fit into it. I don't know. Like one of the mutant bosses from KOF, the later KOF games, Makai, Magaki, Verse. Joe, you know, any of those characters. Throw them in there. No, like I don't know. Like I genuinely have no idea. I don't want the streams crossing. You know, I don't need that. Not with my Dragon Quest.
It would have to be like, you know, on a purposefully, like, you know, created thing where they're just like, we made an RPG with fighting game characters in it, you know? Like Samurai Shodown RPG. Hey, there you go. Put a freaking...
Yeah, or KOF Kyo.
I want to like Homeru in the RPG.
From Devil May Cry 3.
Yeah. We got one more question that's more like for me, though. What microphone and boom artist brand does Hellbach use? Here's time to get sponsors. So I am using the MXL 990. That is my condenser mic. And I am using the Rode 300 boom arm. I'm gonna get the shot up for that real quick. Yeah, see that right
boom
there.
Shot.
Boom in a shot. Boom in a shot. Boom mic. So yeah, that is that'll run you about. It's actually gonna probably run you under $300 for the combo. So it's not bad. Probably under $250 really. And this is what I use for casting normally. I also have a dynamic mic that I haven't been using in a while, but it's actually better than this one because it doesn't pick up sounds from side to side. But I like this one better because it's easier to get an image with for webcasting. So yeah, I would check them out. MXL is like a really good company for like nice like prosumer like range stuff. Gets a good sound, doesn't break the bank. Usually got some pretty good deals on Amazon if you want them. Tony can hook you up.
I don't think that's true.
Not entirely.
I can barely hook myself up. Jeez.
Damn. Sad state of affairs.
So we don't have any more actual questions. I wanted to cover Combo Breaker commentators because it's on there.
Oh.
I'm going to put up the link in chat. You get to see again the premier top build commentator here is Dave Lang in the Montreal Expos hat. And I need to say it that way. I have to. So go check it out. Go look at the commentators. You can sort of figure out what most of the people will be commentating just by who they are. Dave Lang is going to commentate KOF. Ketchup's going to commentate Street Fighter. Markman is going to commentate Skullgirls. It's pretty good. And Sarvitz is going to be the universal commentator. He's going to commentate everything. I
hear a friend of the show, Ringe, will be commentating.
Yeah, yes. Everything actually. They've got Beautiful Dude on here for commentary because we know he's not gonna get far.
Wow. Someone definitely not giving you that pizza now.
Well, here's the thing. I feel like if Gibby gets the pizza, the curse will be lifted.
And if I don't get the pizza, his hands may not function properly in order to play. That is why he won't be able to make it far.
Then the curse will get worse.
But yeah, it's a pretty good lineup of commentators until you get closer to the bottom. You see some guy in a Raiders hat. I mean, that's what is it? Persian Yikes for Marvel. It's gonna be good. And you got Rip. So here, check it out. For Tekken, you got Markman, Rip.
Gibby, are you related to Amish Mike?
No, but I am Tasty Steve's Amish brother.
Oh, that's interesting.
Well, what was it? Who else? I think those. Yeah, those three are doing.
The guy dressed up like El Generico down at the bottom.
That's Flying V.
Nice.
Let's see. What's he about?
I have no idea.
I just watched someone get a DUI at 9 a.m. That is a new one for me. That's the latest thing he tweeted. This guy's commentating. I have no idea what he's commentating.
Well, some of the names I didn't hear of. You can click on all these names and it goes to their Twitter.
Yeah.
I don't know if some of these are their actual Twitters because some of them don't really look.
I've definitely seen that guy before, and I can't remember what he's going to do.
Yeah, I want to say he's anime, but I don't know. He might be Blaze Blue. I don't know much about the commentators and everything there. So.
But we got anything else? We're about 5 past the hour here.
No, I think we're good.
All right. Just want to thank everybody for listening to another episode of Super Desperation Radio as we look at this WrestleMania the arcade game GIF. So from everybody here, good night and good luck.